Hello.
Long time no see.
Yes.
It seems like it was just Sunday we were talking here.
Oh, it was.
It was. It was a different chat, though.
That's right.
Yep.
Same topic.
Yep. There's not much else to talk about right now. That's the elephant in the room.
Correct.
So then we're talking about the same thing. School closures, man. I mean, damn. It's so surreal. I think I worked more today. I think I worked at least, I feel like it was 2 weeks worth of work in one day.
I feel like that for the past few days.
In our position, everyone's reaching out more than ever before for support. So it was just like, man, I was getting texts, emails, instant messages, video calls all day long.
Look, now even the dog is wanting your attention. She wants to come
I
in.
don't care about the dog right now. she just went out like 2 minutes ago. She can.
Yeah, that's what she
sorry.
does.
We don't have a dog.
She's very needy.
Yes. Yeah. So.
So excuse me. Yeah. So our I know it's allergy season and everything that's happening. It's a little crazy.
Yep.
So the welcome question says, please introduce yourself. And by the way, if you haven't been with us before on Facebook Live, we are on the Twitters. But you may also answer the questions in the chat on Facebook Live if you'd like. We'll read out some of the tweets so you'll hear what other people are saying also. Yep. So the welcome question again, introduce yourself and tell us who was your favorite teacher and why. That's a tough one. Favorite teacher. Goodness. We have Pam Bradley here on the Twitters.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Pam from Simi Valley. Her favorite teacher was high school English teacher, Mr. Lowe, and two English teachers.
Okay.
Mr. Ron Lowe and Mrs. Rhoda Brown. So she became a English teacher because of them.
Oh, that's great. I don't know who my favorite teacher was. I don't know if I have a favorite teacher. You know what? Who I consider my favorite teacher is my dad because he's quite a mentor.
Yeah. So Larissa just jumped in. Larissa, who was your favorite teacher and why? My favorite teacher growing up was 5th grade math teacher, Sister Begonia. Sister Begonia was a sister of the Immaculate Conception, and she was a wise ass.
I don't know what
she knew how to. It was one of the. She was an Sisters of the Immaculate Conception.
I don't know what that is.
Is an order of nuns.
Okay.
So they're all from Spain.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was a real wise ass, very sarcastic. So that's why obviously I got along with her. And she knew how to challenge me. Mm-hmm. So you know how, babe, I always tell you, if you question me, I'm like, and I always jokingly go, am I talking? Am I speaking up?
Oh, she does that? She did that?
Because I'm the type, I'm not going to speak up unless I know I'm 100% right. She's the one that set me on that path.
Okay.
Because one time I, started spouting off and she proved me wrong. I looked stupid for everybody. From that point on, I'm kind of like, I'm only going to speak up when I know I'm right. So, thank you, Sister Begonia. So.
We have Les Peterson here.
Yeah, from Marietta. He says, Mr. Buick, I don't know. But he says, I was just a kid, but he treated me like an adult.
That's cool.
That's pretty huge there. All right, so we got Les in my house tonight.
Mm-hmm. So Pam says that she should... Excuse me, I'm eating because
Yeah, we kind of forgot to eat today.
I forgot to eat lunch until 3 p.m. And so now I'm eating my dinner later than normal. Anyway, Pam says she should be entering quarter grades but needs to interact with colleagues and commiserate for a moment. And isn't that true, especially in these times we're in right now? Really important that we have that virtual connection with people.
Yep, we have another one.
Kayla.
Kayla.
I think this is a new...
She's from Minnesota, Spanish teacher.
Oh, gotta follow her.
So, I always have a good time meeting the Midwest Spanish teachers.
Yeah?
Like Matt Miller. Okay, Kayla, she says she looks forward to hear about other teachers around the country are doing. She loved her Spanish teacher, Mrs. Reed, because she was real with us and always encouraging. All right.
Cool. All right. By the way, to kind of, we decided to break out a pretty good wine tonight.
Yeah.
We've been working
overtime.
a lot. And
Hey,
so,
you and me are that Kayla chick's first 2 followers.
oh,
Boom.
it's cool.
Yep.
Anyway, so this is a Papagni. Papagni is a winery in Madera County, not too far from us here in the Central Valley, and it's a 2011. So it's how many years old? How's your math?
9.
So it's pretty good, and it is a this is a Petite Sirah,
Yep.
and it,
Not for the faint of heart. If you
it
like-
says it's rich and jammy, and I would agree with that.
That's right. Yes, very rich and jammy.
Mm-hmm. What else do you taste? I'll see if
That's
if it's accurate. How's your nose?
A little bit of the can of tennis balls.
Yeah, it doesn't say that on the bottle.
Yeah.
Try again.
All right, let's get it down the hatch now.
Okay, now try again. What else? What do you taste? That was a good test. Let's see if it's on the bottle.
Tell us it was aged in oak.
Ooh, very
Okay.
good. Smoky oak round. Okay.
Getting good.
What else?
Ah, man. I don't know.
Just give like one more.
It's very complex.
I read it, so I can't. I can't say.
Yeah. Not even sure. There's a lot going on there. I can definitely taste the oak.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it was jammy.
Yep.
The jammy on the nose, but
Does everyone want to hear what's in this? That what the bottle says? The bottle says that it is the bouquet is black cherries. Did you taste that?
yeah.
Accented with
Yeah.
tobacco, black pepper, cocoa, and anise.
That's very complex.
Yeah, it really is.
A lot going on there.
So again, it says it's not a wine for the faint of heart. We are certainly not faint of heart.
Oh, I didn't even know it said that. I said that. It's a Petite Sirah, so it's definitely not.
Yeah, it's this is a good time to have a wine. We are definitely not faint of heart, but we are a little bit drained, but not our souls. We certainly want to be here for all of our educators and students.
So we got Raul jumped on. So Raul,
Jobsy has a
the
question.
girls just left this afternoon to go be with their mom, but they will be back on Friday afternoon. So keep that in mind. Got Jody Thomas jumping in. Jody Thomas, who was your favorite teacher as a kid and why? That's your question right now for you to marinate on while we get on to
Question one's already here.
Question one just dropped, and it says, let's see, if your school has closed, what has your site district done to prepare for this unprecedented situation? So we've been busting our butts in the last few days to get what they're calling grade level appropriate packets. We really don't have. I mean, that's going to be like the base.
For now.
Yeah, that's
For now.
Yeah, that's what we're working on for the first few weeks, but it's changing. It's changing like hourly. I think it's changed like 3 times today.
Yeah.
The deadline, like first, okay, we're just gonna get 2 weeks done this week. Oh no, now we have to get 5 weeks done because we weren't gonna be able to be on campus to actually print it out now.
Oh, because they're
Then-
printing it all
and then
out.
It says, and then they realize, okay, we're gonna print it out and we're gonna mail it. Well, that's gonna cost a lot of money, so they said now we're gonna do like a drive-through now. So it's changing all the time. So we have till noon tomorrow to get like 5 weeks worth of work. I already got 2 down, so it won't take me long, but still.
So what I've been working on for the past day and a half, working with an amazing team to, we work at a county office, so our job is to support the districts in our county. So we are curating and creating resources and putting them all together and for educators, students, and parents for this purpose. So
One of your graphics has gone viral.
yeah, one of the graphics I created, because basically what happened was I had some coaches from a school site that I work at asked for some feedback because they were going to have a day all about, a PD day all about distance learning. So the coaches were going to lead it. This was on Monday. No, Sunday. So Sunday they asked for feedback. So I look at it and I thought there's got to be a way to like think through distance learning lessons design. This is kind of a new thing for a lot of teachers. How can we make it simple? So I kind of just like developed this kind of protocol, I guess. They really liked it. It's been getting good feedback. It has been refined since Sunday already. There's been a lot of versions.
Kayla from Minnesota says that her spring break's next week, so pretty much the kids are just straight up off. The teachers are now just prepping all week.
I see.
They have a week to prep online instruction, so when the kids come back.
Right.
So I wish we were in that situation, but
yeah, well,
every place is different. So.
It is what it is.
Kim Calderon from Madera says that at this point we're sending out review type packets tomorrow and Friday. Look at other options for more distance learning. Again, same situation, pretty much what we're doing. Pam Bradley from Simi Valley says much of it's behind the scenes. Local districts clearly collaborated since the emails to teachers and students. 2-week closing was to buy time to prep for the big shutdown. Still working on tech issues. So again, we see some common threads here with what people are dealing with. Let's see. We got Stephen Kelly from Iowa jumping in tonight. That's Brant's friend from Wyoming.
Okay.
Brant brought it in a couple years back. You have Les Dienerstein from Southern California says, I know my district has had several conversations, but there's nothing concrete yet. So I guess we're a little ahead of the game compared to some others. But what's Les going to do with Disneyland closed? Because Les is like Disneyland every weekend.
I know.
He's making definitely. You could make his money out of that pass. There's
some Imagineering. Disney came out with some Imagineering resource. It's like some educational something.
I did see that.
I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but it looks super cool. So the tricky part is things have been changing so often. So it's made it a little hard. So.
Actually, Kat Bradley said just like what happened with me, it's changing every hour.
Yep.
She just tweets in right now that we just got the official word like right now, and it's unclear what we're allowed to do. Colleagues have been prepping for something, so we have something, even if we can't use it. Yeah, that's kind of what my whole weekend was. I prepped all weekend for something that really we're probably not going to be able to use now.
Yeah.
So this is just chaotic. So question 2 just dropped, and it says with schools closing. How are you dealing with this lifestyle change personally?
Except you forgot the "in," so what that means is...
I fixed it on the actual tweet, not on
But that's okay, because I had a viral image that had like 3 typos, so, it's the way it is right now. So I've been trying to keep routine, wake up at the same time, take the dog out, drink my coffee, get to work. That's how I'm trying to, routine is helpful for me.
Let's see, so I am suffering though from lack of live sports. So pretty much I've been rocking a lot of DoorDash, Instacart, and Grubhub. That makes things a little bit more convenient. So I don't have to go fight the crowds or get out there with people. And so that's been useful. Even though the wait time's a little bit longer because I'm not the only one with that idea. So Instacart usually within same day. I get my groceries. I put it out this morning. We're not getting it till Sunday. But they're putting. I guess that's probably good because I think by then they'll restock and I'll have what I need. But yeah, it's weird. But City of Fresno just about an hour ago went on shelter in place. That's over 500,000 people there shelter in place. But it's not really any different. They gave a huge long list of businesses that will be open still stay open. So it's not really that big of a huge deal. But I think they've kind of been prepping for everybody for this. I think we're all ready for it. I mean, we don't live in Fresno, but I'm sure a lot of the towns like where we live in Sanger is going to follow suit. Very shortly. But
probably
as long as we can still get our essentials and hopefully they're stocked and people aren't being stupid about it with hoarding, then I think everyone should be all right. I mean, almost starting to get used to it. But you know, it's definitely a lifestyle change.
It is for adults and kids. Definitely.
So Pam Bradley says, I actually read a book for fun. That's awesome.
Okay. So Kim Calderon she's working out in Madera, says, we're adjusting here in Central Valley. Kids are still doing work. Got some veggies to plant. Gonna have a science lesson tomorrow. And then today, the kids helped her grandma organize her pantry and did some math. And for PE, she locked them outside for 45 minutes.
I made my kids do like a little bit of CrossFit. They started off yesterday with they had to do 30 minutes. There's a 30-minute WOD. So around our blocks, it's about 400 meters, maybe a little bit longer. It's like going around a track, our whole block. And they stayed on the sidewalk. And so they had to rotate one lap on the bike, one lap on the skateboard. As many times around they couldn't get in 30 minutes. And they finished up with some...
I bet they were exhausted.
Oh, yeah, they were definitely pooped. And I made them do 20 box jumps before they got to go inside the lunch. So but they definitely got their PE in.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
For sure.
We have Kayla. She says I'm more of a homebody, so I'm not worried about a lot of those that aspect, but definitely more up and down emotionally with how much prep is needed for each online lesson I need to create.
Yeah.
It's definitely a change of pace for the vast majority of teachers. Us people in ed tech, it's really no big thing. It's kind of what a lot of the things that people are being forced to do is what we've been clamoring for years. I mean, a more blended approach. So our big work is supporting people. And my phone as we speak now is blowing up with texts from teachers and DMs and everything. So
Yep.
Sarah Smith is in the house tonight.
That's right.
And she says her favorite teacher, she's doing the welcome question, was Mr. Dupree. Because he was ridiculously honest, had a fun sense of humor, and was just a really interesting person.
Casey again says it's tough creating boundaries with kids. That's true. This is totally new because they're used to us when we're home, you know? And so to actually say, no, we're working, you can't bother us is so different and new for them. So it's going to take some time for them to adjust. Kyle Anderson is here, new, or not new, but published author. Very excited about that. Adam just got your book last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started reading the beginning of it, but then the whole world shut down, so I haven't been able to get back to it. But I'm sure I'm going to have some time to book snap the living hell out of it. So that's kind of what I do. We have, we have Gary Grant. Gary's from, I don't know where he's from, but he's a ancient history teacher.
He said this is his first Twitter chat.
Oh, is it? All right. And he says that he's going to try and keep more of a routine, time to work out and read. Make a grade change next year, so we'll be planning for that. Stay connected with students to remind, Google, and Flipgrid. That's exactly what I'm doing. So Gary is like he's a brother from another mother right now when it comes to how we're dealing with virtually everything he said. I'm trying to do so.
Sarah said that they didn't do much before the closure, but now they're making review work and using Google Classroom and paper packets for students to pick up. So the plans depend on whether school continues to be closed after break. Then they might have to get some training on digital pedagogy. Yes. So, Steve, did you you read his already?
Yeah, I didn't read it out loud though.
I'm going to let the dog in.
I was commenting it. Alright, so let's see. Steve, he says, we have the best plan that could be made in 4 days, best we can do. So we'll adjust as we know more. Again, it varies from hour to hour. So we're doing the best we can with the time and resources we have, and just have to play it all by ear. This is all unprecedented. So let's see. We have Emily Casado. She jumped in. So Emily, how are you dealing with this with your job? How are you affected? And I'm sure how's Matt dealing with it? Our good buddy Matt.
Daniel Roach is here too. 100% of learners receive packets and are using online learning. So it's a mix.
Yep, that's kind of pretty much what most people are doing. I know it was funny because I'm working with all my teachers today, and we've been really set up. We're going to get the packets done. And I fielded more questions about Google Classroom and how they're going to connect with them about the packets. It's funny how, it's just, it's interesting. It's kind of surreal.
Yeah.
Okay, so question 3 just dropped, and it says, what challenges face your community during school closures? Well,
you got working parents, of course, if we all, I don't know, this is there's a lot of things, So Casey again says, as far as, and he's up in the Seattle area.
Yeah.
And so I believe they've been closed down longer than us. But he said that, it's so easy to go to EdTech, but that, this crisis is doing a great job at unpacking the equity issue.
Yeah.
So people are actually seeing, it's not just about tech in the classroom. Like there is truly a digital divide. That is a very great point. I would agree. Same.
Yeah, Sarah Smith giving me some shit right now about my typo on that image. So I tweeted about it. I go, my wife's the one with the English degree.
It's funny. She'll like that.
All right. Pamela Bradley from Simi Valley says, panic buying shortages and fear are the biggies. Many students are de facto childcare now. Same with me. They're cut off from their friends. School closed without warning, so there's things still in their lockers.
Yo,
that's kind of a situation I'm in personally because
Yeah.
I had like a fridge full of like snacks and Monsters and sodas and supplies stocked up last week, and now I can't get to it.
True.
And I'm like, man, when am I going to get back to my room to get some certain stuff? So it's
So Daniel says,
ooh, yeah.
how are we supposed to work from home and also teach our kids while at home?
Yeah.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, we had kids. Our kids were very understanding today, and they stayed busy pretty independently because we were nonstop
Both
all
of
day.
us.
But the girls found a way to, get their own work done, and they only interrupted if they really needed to. And
It was funny because I was on a video call with colleagues, and I said, well, it's going to be interesting. You can see I'm in the bedroom this time because doing the video call, not the office, because Adam's in the office doing his video call, and we have 4 kids in the house. And so they were like, well, who's watching the kids? And I'm like, well, they're kind of watching each other. They tattletale, so we'll be fine.
You were on that video call the other day, and
oh, I heard.
So if you know us, we're kind of Google everything. We have a Google Home in every room in the house.
Oh, this was funny.
So it worked as an intercom system.
This one was being recorded too, by the way.
Yeah,
that one was
she's on a
recorded.
recorded video call, and one of my daughters is in the bathroom, and she didn't have enough toilet paper. Don't worry, we have toilet paper. We have it. We have a reasonable amount.
Yeah.
But she just ran out. The roll ended.
In that, yeah.
We have a speaker in the bathroom. And so she broadcasted for someone to go bring her a roll.
Daddy, I need toilet paper.
Yeah, so the speaker in the office where Catherine was broadcasted that, hey, I need toilet paper.
And I was like leading a training virtually. It was so funny. Yeah.
Let's see. Kid from Minnesota says that one challenge at her high school is wondering how we can still teach in depth and get to the content that we need to. AP teachers are struggling the most. Also, community is a strong point of our school, so they're missing that. You know what? It's weird because like AP, our AP students are the ones, at least where I work. Those are the ones who are pretty much we can. I think they all have some kind of access and devices. So those teachers are just having no problem with it. It's ones like me. I teach the newcomers tend to be even lower socioeconomic and have connections and stuff. So they're getting to my kids is difficult. I've had some kids who've been responding on Remind, and I daily put out a Flipgrid link just to have them check in, and a few more were responding today, but definitely interesting. Let's see. Rafael Enriquez just jumped in answering question 1, and he's from Visalia. And he says, I'm really lucky to be part of the academies where our board and admin are always in constant communication with staff and necessary stakeholders. It's been amazing to see everyone come together, provide kids with packets and or distant learning. So that's Raphael from Visalia. He just jumped on question 2. And for question 2, he says he's still waiting for everything to kind of set in while trying to process reality and the gravity of the situation in respect to students and lifestyle changes. Right now, there's some time to catch up with books, records, and maybe a video game or 5. So I guess Raphael likes video games. I haven't done my video games.
Casey made a good point. He's talking. He has this article he put on here where basically he's saying EdTech vendors, stop sending all these pitches. And it's true. It's getting super overwhelming when leaders and us in the EdTech field that we're signed up for different EdTech. So we're getting all these emails and all this stuff, and it's just flooding the market. And so what we're doing, we're creating. My colleagues and I are creating a resource, and it was for each grade level and content area, here's the top 3. These are the highlighted, what we think are the absolute best resources for you to look at right now that are simple. And then if you want to look more, here's a bunch of other stuff. Yeah. But otherwise, all I've seen so far is just lists and lists and lists. And it's that's too much for people.
It's like going to one of those sessions was 50 apps in 50 minutes.
Really? Right.
That's
what it's turning into.
Let's keep it simple.
Yes.
That's been what we've been preaching here, through Organic EdTech.
Yep.
Let's keep it simple, and then you work your way up. But you're just going to be overwhelming kids with all these different things. My daughter's schools keep, try this app and this website. Here's a login. I'm like,
too much.
My kids are pretty busy already. Let's chill. I know that people are doing what they think is best. I just think a lot of times people just don't know what they don't know. So it's
they're trying to be supportive.
Casey right here was a good point. He says parents are now realizing how hard teaching their kid is.
Yeah,
that's definitely that's huge right there. So question 4 just dropped, and it says, what are or will be your go-to EdTech tools for facilitating distance learning?
So for those that are using a synchronous learning style and they're actually meeting with a class, I'm recommending Zoom, because in Google Hangouts and Meet currently, anyone on the call can kick out anyone else. So a student could kick out the teacher. And Zoom is a lot more stable. So that's what I'm recommending for the synchronous learning, which means everyone's there simultaneously at the same time, virtually, but same time schedule. And then for those that are asynchronous, if they're digital, because we're talking EdTech tools, then typically Google Classroom for first grade up if they've already used it in first grade. Otherwise, I've got some kinder first that are using Seesaw. So that's what we're using. How about you, Adam?
Let's see. Pretty much I've been doing an asynchronous model. I've got people where I work on board with that. And that's been
it's the most typical.
Yeah, it makes the most sense because asynchronous. Yeah, it meets the most people's needs.
Agreed.
So for that, we're using Google Classroom, Hangouts, Meet, Remind, Flipgrid, Screencastify. Our district, took this as an opportunity to pull the plug or pull the trigger and actually go and get the Screencastify Premium for all of our 6 to 12 teachers.
Very good.
So that's definitely going to be a lot of work for me training people on how to do it. So it's definitely going to be fun, an interesting next couple weeks. So Dr. Kirk Henwood from Colorado, good friend of ours, says he's glad to be back, albeit he's late to the conversation. The Colorado governor just suspended all in-person learning for public and private schools until at least April 17th. So districts are now beginning to work to provide learning opportunities and meals. So he's where we were a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So Colorado's jumping on the bandwagon. Which I actually I think it's a little surprising. I think Colorado had a lot more people infected than most other places.
Did they?
Yeah, a lot more than California did initially. I think now I'm sure we probably caught up just on population, but initially they were reporting quite a few.
Okay.
But Colorado has just, according to Dr. Kirk, has just closed down all the.
So Steve is asking for EdTech resources. Can you give them your website, distance learning website.
Oh, let's see. Yep. Let's see.
This is some good wine. Well deserved. Well deserved. Lots more work to do.
Good. Steve, got you hooked up there. Let's see who's answering here. Rafael Enriquez on question 3 says, I feel like this pandemic really exacerbates the condition of our students face here in the Central Valley, like equity and access, food scarcity, having a stable routine, or just having someone who cares.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better. That's exactly the reality for a lot of kids here in the Central Valley. Lefty Interesting says he sees the potential with Zoom. He played with it tonight. But his staples are Screencastify and Flipgrid. Can't agree more. See, both can be used anywhere and provide voice and video of your instruction.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, if you're gonna do a blended model,
Yes.
It's hard to do it without screencasting.
Absolutely.
And then Flipgrid's a good way to bring the kids in.
Flipgrid's a good one too.
They give the kids a
Hey,
voice.
is there a limit on Flipgrid for the time limit?
No,
I didn't think so.
I got hour. I have like 10.
No,
It's
on
insane.
like one video.
One video. Oh yeah, 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Because the teacher said it cut her off at 2 minutes, and I said, "Well, go in there and change the settings." But you could just do part 1, part 2. It's fine.
Well, it's whoever created the topic.
Well, she was doing her own. She didn't know how to change that, so I told her to go to settings.
The default is 90 seconds.
Right. I don't know what she was saying. Maybe she meant 90 seconds. I don't know.
Again, we have Gary from, where's it from? I don't know where he's from. First time on, and Gary, again, I think he copied me. Flipgrid, Google Classroom, G Suite, Remind, and Screencastify. Let's see. Going back to question 3, we have Sarah Smith saying that she's honestly worried about students not having adult supervision.
Yep.
She saw bands of teens walking around Sanger today. Definitely not minding the 6 feet apart rule. Hope they don't turn this closure into an excuse to get in trouble. It's definitely reality in these small towns.
Yeah.
Kim Calderon says combination of Google Tools, Flipgrid, Seesaw, Zoom, WeVideo. At this point, anyway, we can get to connect with our kids, with each other, and other teachers is on my list. Pam Bradley says converting docs to slides and inserting video, 3 minutes or less of instruction. It's good to keep it nice and concise.
Yes.
Don't want to be too long-winded. I'm a history teacher, so I can be guilty of that.
I think that I need to write this up, but what I really like is the idea of, which I've done in classrooms too, I think it's really cool for distance learning too, is you have a short video or a text on one slide, and then on the next slide they respond in some way. And then on the next slide there's, like, it's chunks.
Yeah.
Right? It's all on one slide deck, but it's chunked.
Yeah.
So kind of like, I think that's a good model.
We had just jumped on my old student and
Cool.
current OHS counselor, Alexis Rodriguez, just had a birthday the other day, so happy birthday,
Nice.
Alexis. So Alexis, how are you dealing with all this? This is, you just start your career and you're jumping into this, so, I don't think anything's going to phase you going forward.
Yeah.
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 So it was interesting in this last semester, since Alexis jumped on board with us, she's been part of her case has been a lot of my students.
Okay.
And it's weird how she'll come in when she knows that they've been slacking on their grades, she's contacting parents, and she comes in to take them out, and it's weird that I'm like, wow, this is weird. My old students are taking out my current students.
That's funny.
It was weird. But yeah, so the chat is up on Twitter's.
That's right.
So again, thanks everyone who joined in tonight here on Facebook Live and on Twitter, and
Stay safe.
we're still going to be here.
Yeah.
We ain't going nowhere.
Right.
So if you go to cutechtalk.org, you can see a review of every week's tweets on the Wakelet page. And also, there's also a link to the Facebook channel where there is an archive of our conversations here on Facebook Live. We drop it up on YouTube every week. Before we leave, Sarah Smith jumped in for question 4, and she says, let's see, she stole this from
We got
somewhere.
3 question
real fast.
4 answers. So let's,
Helping staff facilitate tools with what they already know how to use. She's using Google Classroom and Drive a lot, helping teachers adapt to distant learning. And they also want to get into some new tools, but most will need help not seeing students every day. That's definitely, if you have that rapport with your kids,
It's tough.
Not seeing your kids, it's difficult. You know, I'm starting to have some withdrawals myself. Like was it one of my students, Alonzo? He's a Laker fan. We talk about the Lakers all the time. I'll be watching the game and I'll message him on Remind. Hey, did you see LeBron's dunk? It's weird.
Yeah.
Pam Bradley, before we sign off, says Zoom class meetings will be recorded and posted. Novel read aloud will stop and discuss live for review and reviewing later to pair with slides, instructions, and assignments if we're allowed to provide content on our own. That's if. Yes, that definitely could play a role. Again, we'll finish off tonight with Kayla from Iowa. I'm glad she jumped in today. And she says we'll be doing asynchronous learning.
Okay.
At the same time as a way that's challenging for families with multiple kids, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Using things like Google Classroom, Zoom, Screencastify, Quizlet, Flipgrid, potentially a whiteboard site I'm forgetting the name of. There's a few of them. But actually, I did drop a blog post today about Quizlet and quizzes.
I haven't read it yet.
People are, again, throwing out all these different
cool
stuff, but it's
too much.
It's freaking water out of a fire hose. So I'm like, here's 2 simple things you can do.
Right.
Let's not overwhelm these kids, because let's not forget that these kids are dealing with a lot of their own stress.
Yeah.
Let's do something that they can do, that they're familiar with, and gives them some time to practice what kind of spiral review. So,
yeah.
Anyways, that will do it. Thank you, Dr. Kirk. But yeah, we will see you guys same bat time, same bat channel next week.
That's right.
So
have a good one, everyone.
peace out. All at one.